Hello, Internet. I am again joined by Aaron Zeng. Hello, Aaron.
Hello, hello.
Because we are Team Cyberbaz, and we are in the semi-finals of the Multi-Battle League. So, well, we've got quite a few things to talk over before we look at the actual matchup. Because I suppose the last video you saw was the battle on Cybertron's channel, who was against Drinking Birds, wasn't it?
Yep.
So that basically ensured that we finished first in the league. So here we go, special fancy slide here. So this is the final standings of the league. We finished first, Dream Ball second, and the other four teams in green, they had to play out, some playoff games to get into the semi-final, basically. But I don't know, after a bit of a shaky league, I suppose, at the beginning, going 2-2, pretty happy finishing 9-2 at the end.
Yes. We were, I think overall we can say we were pretty content with the regular season, since our only two losses came from like a really, really close battle against our semifinals opponent, actually not Scald. A little bit of RNG, but just a great game overall. And I think like one or two different roles, and we could have won that. And then the other loss was just me timing out in the end, and also really good play from our opponents in Team Leaky. So yeah, we did have to bounce back after starting 2-2, because I think we probably had one of the hardest schedules, going into the last couple of weeks, since we hadn't played any of the top teams, but able to get wins against all of those, got the bye, and now we are up against Team Not Scald for the semis.
Yeah, that's right, because let's have a look. Here are the results. I mean, I suppose you know the results. Everyone knows the results now, but yeah. I mean, like we were saying, I mean, obviously no disrespect at all to Disney and Scald, but in a tournament where we're playing doubles with Pokemon, you would sort of favour the VGC players. So for both of the VGC teams here to go out, like, surprising, very entertaining, very impressive as well. Like, those games are fantastic to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was just really impressed by the level of play and the level of preparation that both We Disney and Not Scald put in for last week, just because they came up with some really cool stuff. Like, Not Scald used the strategy revolving around Toxic Spike Drapion, and that was like actually so big for them, and it was so smart. And then We Disney had really cool strategy with Skydrop and then Dynamic Punch, or just No Guard Machamp, which allows you to hit even when Skydrop takes a Pokemon up into the air. So they both came up with some really clever stuff that we hadn't seen up to this point, and that kind of innovation plus really solid play was what allowed them to advance into the semis. So props to both of them. I was super impressed.
Yeah, they were fantastic strategies. I mean, I'm just remembering the first time I learned that you could, like, no guard hit things in the air.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
In German Nationals 2014, one of my friends, Joey, came up and he said that I think he just lost to like a Golurk and an Aerodactyl. It had like dynamic punched him in the air or something.
Right.
It's like, what? How does that work? Oh, no guard. So yeah, interesting. But we are going to be playing, basically, the team that we probably had our most legitimate loss to in the league, which is kind of scary on one hand, because they're a very good team. They've got a very, very solid team, but kind of nice at the same time, because we do get a chance to have some revenge, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think last time we both came up with some cool stuff. It was a really good battle. This time, yeah, they're the rosters that Baz has pulled up of the 6 that we ended up bringing last time and the 6 they brought. So they made more changes than us, but they did drop the Mega Garchomp, which was like their lead last time that we had prepared for. So that's going to make the dynamic of this battle a little bit different. But overall, there weren't like too many crazy roster changes. The Drapion and the Kyurem, they brought last week's team, especially for their matchup last week. But I think there's still a solid chance we'll see them, just maybe less than against the Jamies, where I feel like they really, drafted those two or traded for those two specifically for their matchup against the Jamies.
Yeah, I mean, the last time we played, there wasn't anything too crazy, really, outside of maybe Scarfed Nidoqueen, was there?
Yeah.
I mean, the Buzzwole didn't really do much. The Credilli was a massive problem. They had Zed Water on the Suicune. Do you remember? Oh, it was Focus Sash on their Raichu, wasn't it?
Yes.
Did we ever learn the item on their Arcanine?
I don't remember. I could probably check the team builder on.
Because it had Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, and Extreme Speed, and it probably had Protect as well. So yeah, I'm sure we can look it up. And did we use Choice Specs Jirachi that week?
Yes, that was the one week where I was like, maybe it works, and it was able to like T-Bolt 2-shot the Suicune that week, which was kind of cool.
Did we have Draco Meteor on it?
We did, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I suppose that was a little bit strange as well. That
was like our Yeah.
So at least we can try and change some sets up now. Because I remember last season, like all of the sort of top cut teams didn't really change their teams up too much. Just sort of played the same game out basically.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we've got opportunities to change some things up. Our opponents have changed a few of their Pokemon, as we were saying. So this is what we're sort of facing now. So they have got the Mamoswine, the Drapion, and the Kyurem. Like I remember, we've just been at Worlds. I was talking to Boyd about like the draft swaps, the free agencies, and we sort of had a little bit of a chuckle at Drapion, like thinking, what is that gonna do, sort of thing. So it's just like in one way, it's amusing how that really sort of picked apart the Jamie's team just with the toxic spikes.
Right.
And this is, I guess, one of the advantages of finishing first in the league as well. We didn't have to get that surprise on us. We've seen that happen now. We know that is an option that they could go with. If they lead with Drapion, then we kind of know what they're gonna do. So
yep.
We'll let the Jamies take that hit, and we'll learn from that one.
Definitely.
But yeah, 2 ice types, Mamoswine, Kyurem, could be a little bit scary because we have got, I suppose we've got a number of Ice Weak Pokemon, the Aerodactyl, Breloom, and Nidoqueen, and also our new addition, Tsarina as well, which, to be honest, I guess we wanted just because we didn't want other people to have it.
Yeah,
but
that was the main reason.
Maybe we'll get some use out of it at some point. Who knows? But I don't know. How are we going to change things up here? Because I mean, let's start moving some things around. Because I'm certain they're going to bring Arcanine, Suicune, Cradily, definitely, and probably Mamoswine as well.
Yep.
But their Buzzwole, I'm not thinking is going to come just because it didn't really do anything last game. I do think they need something that they can Earthquake next to with their Mamoswine. So I do think they will bring Celesteela this time because in our team builder we were like so worried about their Celesteela and they didn't even bring it. So I think they will bring it this next time. But
yep.
The
and
last one,
I was thinking like Raichu for them seemed pretty helpful because it provides the fake out support. They had Psychic last time as well.
Their Raichu is very good against us, winning that speed time.
Yes, which is unfortunate, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that come up again. I do agree. I don't think Buzzwole really offers them too much here, just because we don't know. We've got like Aerodactyl, which actually can Aerodactyl Skydrop Buzzwole?
I think it can, but even if it can't, we've got Psychic with Jirachi, we've got Fire,
yeah,
we've got
exactly.
Throw, we've got Fairy with
like last time, their Buzzwole was more dead weight than anything because our like Z move did like 90% to it when it protected. So. Yeah, I think I agree. I would honestly like be willing to say if you put Raichu up there with the current 5, like those are the 6 they bring. The thing I was thinking was like, I don't know, Scarf Kyurem could be interesting, but it's so situational. And then Drapion, like its typing wise, like Dark and Poison is actually like not the worst, I guess, because it can hit the Jirachi, it can hit the Azumarill. I don't know if it gets like a rock type attack like Stone Edge or Rock Slide, but that could like be annoying as well. So I wouldn't count Drapion out. Like, I think they could use a more, like, offensive variant as opposed to, like, the Toxic Spikes variant that they used last week. But I feel like they kind of also really want Raichu here.
Yeah, I think the last one is going to be between either Raichu and Kyurem. I suppose the only one out of these that they might think twice about bringing is Suicune, just because we have got 2 grass types and we have got Raichu as well. So, I don't know if, like, I'm not 100% they'll bring Suicune, but that one is a little bit questionable in my head, but definitely these 4, I think. And probably at least one of these 2, if not both of them. But I mean, I don't think they'll bring Drapion against us. Jirachi can't be poisoned. Aerodactyl isn't affected by toxic spikes. I mean, interestingly, like just to sort of think about their game plan for our last battle that they didn't really get to pull off was I'm sure they had Stealth Rocks on Garchomp, so they might want to get Stealth Rocks up against us now, and Mamoswine is the only thing that they've got that can learn Stealth Rocks. I'm pretty sure. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had Stealth Rocks on Mamoswine. I don't know if they would lead with it. Actually, I'm not sure if Cradily gets Stealth Rocks or not, but it would surprise me if they didn't stick with the Assault Vest, just because that was so good on the Cradily for them.
Yes. Completely agreed.
But with all their ice Pokemon and their Cradily, which is rock, the Jirachi really sticks out to me as something that can do well for us. And because we used it choice specs last time, it wasn't very versatile. So
Yep.
maybe we want to use Jirachi a little bit differently. My first impression actually was thinking, I do say this every week, but the happy hour, just because it's going to be really big for us in this game, I think, and just making it that bit bulkier with the +1 to all stats, bit more offensive, and this team, Scald, they have lost to setups, from Porygon Z and from whatever else that's set up in front of them in the past as well.
Right.
They are sort of susceptible to that sort of thing, and I'm not sure they'd be expecting a Z Celebrate Jirachi. Celebrate?
Yeah, I think that's it.
The other one. What's it
Happy
called?
Hour.
Yeah, Happy Hour. Yeah.
Something like that.
Whatever it's called, yeah. So,
I really like that idea. I do agree with that, I think. And like the combination of Raichu plus Jirachi seems super solid. It's just the Mamoswine we kind of have to break through. But if we can break through that, then like I don't know. That's like the one thing I'm concerned about now is that last time they had Garchomp, we're like, oh, we know if they go Mega that they can't have obviously they can't have a Choice Scarf because it has to be Mega Chomp. But now it's like Mamoswine. Like the fear is they could bring it in and if it's Scarf or just get Earthquakes off. But we obviously have a lot of Pokemon that also hit Mamoswine really hard. So I actually really like the Celebrate idea for this week specifically.
Yeah, and it sort of covers, like depending on what speed we run on it as well, it sort of covers random scarves, like on their Kyurem or Mamoswine as well, because if we get our +1 speed, then we're going to be faster and we can just Iron Head them.
Right.
I suppose, one of the scariest things for me here is just this Raichu mirror. Like,
yes.
I don't know if they'll go for it again.
Ended up last time.
Yeah, it's just really awkward for us.
Yeah.
So, we don't have a guaranteed faster fake out.
Yeah.
They can win the speed time critical hitters. Yeah. So that worries me, but I don't know if they'll think, well, we rode our luck with it last time, we're just not going to bring it this time. But I don't know. At the same time, the Raichu did a lot of work because it did have Nuzzle actually last time, and they paralyzed our Aerodactyl, and that was really big in the game too. So
Yep.
Yeah, I think they have to bring the Raichu, don't they? Really?
I think so too. Yeah. Just because it's like even though we have Lightning Rod, they still just provide pressure /
Yeah, they can still just Psychic us. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And Nuzzle things.
Like if they don't bring Raichu, then they're giving us a free opportunity to fake out immediately on turn one. Whereas like even the presence of it makes us at least think twice about like getting a fake out set up off. But I think like. Even if they bring it, though, I think our Raichu has the upper hand just because of the ability. Like, their ability is useless. Ours is helpful against theirs. And I actually forgot that the Raichu could Psychic last time, so this time I'll remember that.
Yeah, so did I, to be honest.
And I was like, oh, wow, I totally forgot that could even happen.
Yeah.
So now I'll remember.
Yeah, it's funny how brains work, isn't it? Because, like, any other time Lightning Rod Raichu would be in the mirror, it would be against another Lightning Rod Raichu. So just sort of don't expect it can do anything for you. To you, rather. But, so what are we thinking of leading then? Because Jirachi is going to be super important for us here, but do we actually want to kick off the battle with it, or do we want to preserve it in the back somehow? We have led Aerodactyl in a lot of games, and they have got 2 ice types, they've got a water, actually they've got a lot of things that threaten Aerodactyl, think about it, Celesteela.
Yep.
But I do feel like we sort of need Aerodactyl for their Arcanine and for general sort of support, like Wide Guards and Tailwind perhaps and stuff as well. It's just that we're kind of pinned to maybe not bring, or at least question bringing, Bruxish and Azumarill just because they've got the Credilli and the Storm Drain is just so good for them.
Yeah. So last time we went with Raichu, Volk, Azumarill, sorry, not Azumarill, Aerodactyl, Raichu, Breloom, Nidoqueen, and I thought like that was a pretty solid 6, so I wouldn't I think it would make sense for us to go with the same 6, but I don't know, like Azumarill you could make a case for, just because like offensively it does like put in some work. The question is what kind of set we'd want to run. Celesteela does give it some issues with sub and just like healing back everything. Raichu obviously hits it for pretty hard. but it can like at least take Suicune's attacks. I don't know. Last time their Arcanine had Wild Charge as well, so they are pretty prepped for Azumarill last time around.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's like Breloom and Nidoqueen do hit their team for super solid damage against like a lot of those things. Breloom especially against Mamoswine, Kyurem I guess, and Suicune, and then Nidoqueen like against the Arcanine, the Raichu. If we put I don't know like Thunderbolt against Celesteela as well, even Suicune. So like offensively, those two seem to offer a little bit more.
So, do you think we don't want Azumarill again then?
I guess the question is, if we bring it, what kind of set would we run? Like Belly Drum is kind of tempting, but they got Cradily, they've got Suicune, Celesteela could probably take a +6 Aqua Jet. I would definitely think that. And then Kyurem, like we can't really do much again. So I would think like if we could come up with another item on it that would make better sense, then I'm in for it. But I don't like the standard Belly Drum setup here.
I mean, while we've been sort of talking about this, I've just sort of dismissed these 3 Pokemon down here, but like thinking about it, Serena could do some work here because it's got grass coverage for the Suicune. It does learn high jump kick as well, so it can hit the Kyurem and the Cradily very hard. Drop kick hits the Mamoswine as well, obviously. I don't know. Do you think Serena could do anything here? Because like I just dismissed it so quickly without even giving it a chance. But
yeah, you could definitely make an argument
for it now. So.
I'm just thinking, like whether we'd want both grass types or whether we'd bring it over Breloom. Like Breloom's just always so clutch because it gets a Spore off, and like we've seen throughout the weeks, like that can just be such a big deal.
And the Mach Punch for the Mamoswine and the Kyurem
yes.
too.
Yes, exactly. So that's like, I don't know. Breloom's always a safe pick, and I'm just wondering if like there's really a good like argument for Serena over it.
Well, it would stop their Raichu's fake out.
That is true. Yeah.
I mean, and it would stop their potential Ice Shards and Extreme Speeds as well. Because we did get Volcarona Quiver Danced up, and we got... it was Nidoqueen that was on like 10 HP or something as well. And Arcanine's Extreme Speed took out 2 Pokemon too. So
yeah,
they've got a few priority moves that did give us problems last time. I mean...
yeah, that's a good point.
I suppose, like, as good of a point that might be, we're just not used to using Serena, and Breloom is basically just better, really.
Yeah.
So, like, as blunt as that sounds, I think we're gonna keep Breloom here.
Yeah, it's so tough to give up like the opportunity to get a Spore off. I think.
Yeah.
I think their Arcanine was Goggles last time. By the way, I just remembered.
Oh, really? Ah.
If I think that's what they said, but I'm not entirely sure, but it would make sense. Like
yeah,
they definitely want to
would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they definitely want to put Goggles on something though.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, I mean they might just
Cradily on one side and then something with Goggles on the other side, so they have safe switch into Spore on both ends.
Yeah, I can't see why they wouldn't just keep it on the Arcanine really, because like that really does give us some problems.
Yes. But yeah, I don't know. I like Breloom more, I think, in general, just because like Spore plus Mach Punch pressure seems better than negating their priority.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. If we didn't take Azumarill like last game, then, would we struggle against anything? I suppose we would have to keep Aerodactyl and Nidoqueen somewhat safe to take care of their Arcanine.
Yes, that's the main issue. The thing I was like most.
Yeah, the Arcanine was a real pain for us last time.
Yeah, but it will be too, because that's like the one thing that can hit us. Well, I guess Mamoswine as well, but Arcanine especially. Like even if we get the boost up, like we can't one shot them, whereas they can still do a lot to us in return. At least with like Mamoswine with the boost, I would think Ironhead probably knocks them out.
Possible, unless it's like a really bulky one, yeah.
Right. I guess we'd have like Hard Stamp or Zen Headbutt with flinch chances as well, but not something we want to rely on when like we're trying to swoop down with the Jirachi.
Actually, I don't think we can have Heart Stamp with the move.
Oh, okay.
I need to write the move's name down somewhere so I actually remember it. What is it called? Like, it's Happy Hour, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so. I think we're actually a bunch of moves that have the same effect.
Yeah. Maybe it gets Celebrate as well. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, Raichu gets Celebrate. We could do that.
Yeah.
But they would be faster than their Raichu. But no, there's a
I like thinking that's like a cool concept, and then it's like all we would do is Thunderbolt. It doesn't have like a great second attack.
The Gigavolt Havoc is just so much more powerful, I suppose, than the +1 Thunderbolt, and doesn't require the setup either. And, thinking about it, I mean, without the critical hit from their Raichu on our Raichu the last game, we would have got a Gigavolt Havoc, I think it was, onto their Arcanine too.
Arcanine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think honestly, if we got that, we would have won because they were down to their last side. The Arcanine was like the last Pokemon on that slot at the end of the game.
Yeah, we could have just Mach Punched the Arcanine and locked into Flash Cannon on the Credilli, really.
Yes, exactly.
But,
so, I like the Gigavolt Havoc here on Raichu still, just because it pressures so much damage on Arcanine. It also threatens the one-shot and Celesteal and Suicune. I think that's like so important.
Yeah, I do like that. It does mean, though, that if we did do the Happy Hour, it would have to be on the opposite side to Raichu.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking, like, Raichu Jirachi might honestly be a solid lead.
Yeah, the only worry would be Mamoswine, I suppose, isn't it?
Yep.
Because, like, I could see them leading with Raichu and Mamoswine, just as they led with Raichu and Garchomp last time, just to get the Stealth Rocks up. And we wouldn't really be able to stop the Stealth Rocks without an Iron Head flinch, maybe. Or maybe even if they... well, I suppose if they won a Speed Tide, then we could just fake out their Mamoswine too. So without an Iron Head flinch, I guess. And then we're risking them not flinching and just Earthquaking us as well. So
Right.
I like, without sacrificing too much, I do want to have a confident lead against the Mamoswine, I think. But I don't really want to lead Breloom either, because they could easily just, fake out into us, and then we've lost our Sash and the Nick and Ice Shard or whatever, and Breloom's gone.
Yep.
I mean, I can see them running something like Icicle Spear on Mamoswine as well, just for the Breloom.
Right.
Possibly Jolly as well.
Yep.
But what other alternatives are there? I mean, a lot of what we lead is going to be weak to Mamoswine. I mean, you could easily have Rock Slide, thinking about, leading Volcarona.
Yeah, I can't think of something that like definitively counters it because we're not going to know the item. But I don't know. If it weren't Sash, like, what could we Scarf to just one-shot it? Is there anything?
Bruxish? Maybe? I mean, it probably doesn't even get the one-hit KO.
Yeah.
But no, Nidoqueen can't hit it for super effective damage, I don't think. I mean, Flamethrower isn't... It's just neutral with Thick Fat.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what's like the worst case scenario if we lead Raichu Jirachi and they lead Raichu Mamoswine?
They fake out our Raichu and actually, I mean, maybe they go with an air balloon Raichu so they can Earthquake.
Right. That'd make sense actually on their end.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't actually need their Focus Sash against us last time.
Right. Right.
And really, the Celesteela is the only thing that they can Earthquake next to. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did go with the Z move on the Mamoswine as well. Just so that they've got opportunities to, Tectonic Rage without hitting their own partner.
Yeah. This is tricky.
I don't know, like, I'm thinking maybe Raichu and Charty Berry Volcarona?
As a lead?
Yeah, maybe.
And what would we do, like, fake out Quiver Dance?
I guess, yeah. Because then we'd be faster than both of them and hit them.
Right, okay, so let's say they fake out our Volcarona, we fake out Mamoswine, what do we do turn 2? Because then they could just Thunderbolt Rock Slide the Volcarona.
We would be able to survive that with the Charty Berry,
okay.
I would imagine. But maybe not an Ice Shard the next turn?
Right. It just seems like so much damage to get one Quiver Dance off.
Yeah. I mean...
what else?
I mean, Raichu Azumarill kind of works, doesn't it? But, at this point, in the back of my head, we've already sort of kind of said that we're not going to bring Azumarill.
Right. The thing about that...
On the obvious Credilli switch in, just go for a knockoff instead or whatever.
Right.
I mean,
that's kind of tempting, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, how fast is Credilli? Like, is it faster than, or how much faster than Azumarill is it?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Yeah, let's have a look. You know, when the 4th generation came out, I really liked Credilli. It was one of my favourite Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Its base speed is 43, so it is actually slower than the Azumarill.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that slow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
That is a slight argument for Azumarill.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, if we did get a belly drum off, Credilli comes in. So what? We as long as we don't flinch or whatever, we just knock it out, don't we? With a knockoff or a player off.
Yeah. So I think like the thing about Azumarill is that let's see, like it can one shot Raichu, Mamoswine, Arcanine, which we expect them to all bring. Does a lot of damage to Celesteela. Like late game against Celesteela will be kind of ugly, but we also have a lot of other threats to Celesteela, and for all we know, they might not even bring it. It can knock off Cradilly. So I mean, like they don't have great ways to really one shot it with the lightning rod protection that we have with Raichu.
Kyurem and Suicune can't really do anything to it either.
Yes, exactly. Maybe we do want to consider that option, but it's just like I wouldn't be surprised if they had Will-O-Wisp or Wild Charge on Arcanine again. Like it feels like they'll definitely have one of the two.
Yeah, I think they'll have Wild Charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is interesting, that isn't it? It's like the amount of times playing VGC 17 where I'm thinking, even if they've got a Marowak, I'm gonna bring my Xurkitree sort of thing. Like it's just one Pokemon on their team of 6, and we are maybe thinking that we're not going to bring a Azumarill, which has got a fantastic matchup against the rest of their team just because of that one Pokemon. Maybe we're putting too much weight on this Credilli. Maybe we actually do want a Azumarill here.
Yeah. Like, the more I think about it, the more it makes sense to me. Because then if we have 2 setup Mons, like, that just gives us double the pressure at any point of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. The only problem would be if they get their Credilli in with a partner that can threaten, 75% plus on Azumarill, which would be maybe Celesteela with Energy Ball. Does it get Energy Ball? I mean, it gets Giga Drain. Don't know if it gets Energy Ball or not.
I don't think it has Energy Ball. I'm not sure.
Raichu or their Wild Charging. Arcanine. I mean, I don't think they would run Freeze Dry on Mamoswine. Does Kyurem get Freeze Dry?
Oh, I have no idea.
No, that's quite an interesting question, because that could be quite big. Let's have a look. What generation is it? Kyurem. Icy Wind. Freeze Dry is like a new move, isn't it? So
I think so, yeah.
I don't
definitely
think
newer
it will
generation.
get it. Gets Freeze Shock.
What the heck is that?
Base 140, power accuracy 90, with a 30% chance to paralyze.
What the heck? I've literally never heard of that move. Is it like exclusive to Kyurem?
It must be it's a Kyurem Black move, that.
Oh.
So it's when it's fused with Zekrom. What's the other one then? Ice Burn. Yeah, 30% chance to burn the target when it's fused with Reshiram. There we go.
Huh.
Learned something new today.
Yep.
And,
I feel like we always do in our team builders.
And the regular Kyurem gets Glaciate, which a certain Jamie used at Worlds this year on his Smeargle.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. It's got a really nice animation. Yeah. But it's basically just Icy Wind with 10 more base power.
Right. Now the Azumarill idea is tempting. But, like, last time they came in with pretty good prep against it, so I wonder, like, do they not expect us to bring it? I just, losing even, leading with Raichu, basically, like, that fake outs gives us a huge opportunity, especially if they don't lead with their own Raichu, so it's like, if we commit to the Azumarill strategy, like, it has to work out, otherwise we're expanding a lot of resources into something.
Yeah. And
that's, like, my main concern, I guess.
There'll be a lot of mind games as well if we did get a belly drum up. Like, are they going to bring the Credilli in here?
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. So.
But I'm not counting it out anymore, I guess. Like, it actually seems solid.
Yeah.
But then the question is, like, who would we drop for the Azumarill?
Yeah, I mean, my initial thought was Nidoqueen.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, well, they've got ice, water. Like, it is threatened by a lot of their team, and we scarfed it last time, said that we had insurance on their Garchomp, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yes.
I don't think we'd have much of a call to Scarf it this time. I mean, I suppose we still could.
Yeah, it'd be mainly for like Raichu, maybe Arcanine.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm like. Let's have a look. I mean, this is what we took last time. Why did we use Scarf Nidoqueen? I mean, was it literally just for the Garchomp?
Pretty much, yeah, because I think, like, I know I was really worried about Garchomp last time.
Yeah, yeah. And we managed to knock it out with a combination of Hidden Power, Ice, and Earth Power. Which
Yes.
was pretty nifty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, the Nidoqueen covers the Arcanine, which is nice. Yeah, because we did forget that Raichu is basically part Psychic. It is threatened by a Psychic as well.
Yep.
So I don't know. Maybe Nidoqueen isn't so important here, just because like it can't just can't slap a scarf on it and Ice Beam the Mamoswine. Yeah, it's not times 4 weak to ice like Garchomp was.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think like the one argument you can make for it is like, oh, Arcanine and Raichu are both super big threats on their team, so like we want something to counteract that. But otherwise, like yeah, like outside of those two, there's not much reason to bring Nidoqueen. So maybe that's the one we drop because I feel like Breloom's still pretty important here.
Yeah.
It's just like whether we feel comfortable enough against Arcanine and Raichu with our other Pokemon, where it's like, okay, Nidoqueen, sure it does well against these, but we already have enough resources to deal with them.
Yeah, I mean Arcanine really isn't too much of a threat to like the Aerodactyl or the Azumarill, as long as we've got Raichu around.
Yes.
And we prematurely lost Raichu last game because I mean we would have survived that Psychic. It was a critical hit, wasn't it? Yeah. So.
Yep. Lost the speed tie and the crit.
Yeah. So I don't know. It would have been interesting to see how that would have played around because like I don't know. Maybe Raichu, just that Lightning Rod is very important for us. To stop their own wild charges and whatnot.
Yes.
Because, I mean, Arcanine really isn't a problem as long as we have got Raichu next to Azumarill or Aerodactyl, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think I'm fairly confident if we did pop Nidoqueen to a side, you're going with these 6 up here. Raichu, I mean, we haven't even... Oh, I mean, I suppose if we're maybe thinking about leading with these 2... I mean, I'll put them up here. I mean, we obviously don't have to stick with these. We can change them to whatever we want.
Yep.
These 2 would have to be on opposite sides as well for the Z moves.
Yep.
And we've got these 3 left, haven't we?
Yeah.
We had Aerodactyl on the Raichu side last time.
Yes. This time around, it's like. I guess the Lightning Rod redirection would be nice, but the Sky Drop, like if we do run Sky Drop, that could help set up the Jirachi as well.
And actually, now here's a mechanic test for you. If we Sky Drop Credilli, like if it switches in and we Sky Drop it, can we Aqua Jet while it's in the air?
I want to say no, but is the answer yes?
I don't know the answer. I feel like I should know the answer. Like.
Wait, does Credilli's ability redirect attacks, or is it just if you target that slot?
Yeah, it redirects attacks.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, so if they've got Mamoswine next to Credilli, like if we Aqua Jet the Mamoswine, it gets redirected into the Credilli.
Right.
Just like Gastrodon.
Oh, that's a really good question. I feel like the answer is it still gets redirected, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I would be inclined to say that as well. I mean, I'll test it, before the battle, obviously. But,
yeah.
That's interesting, because, like, if it worked like that, then we could, having Aerodactyl on the opposite side of Azumarill could really work for us, because, Protect, Sky Drop, and if it is Assault Vested as well, then, it can't Protect, so we'll always be able to Sky Drop it and just Aqua Jet the next turn too.
Yeah.
I'll just check its weight as well, actually. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'd be able to Sky Drop it, but it is a Rock type after all.
Yeah.
So, Credilli, where's it gone? Credilli, here it is. Yeah, we can definitely Sky Drop that.
Okay, cool. I'm inclined to say I want Aerodactyl on the same side as Raichu. Just because Sky Drop in general would be nice for Azumarill and Jirachi.
Yeah, actually we'd get the setup with both of these, wouldn't we?
Yeah, exactly. And then for the last 2,
I mean, just a thought on Jirachi. If we do have the Z thing, happy days. Would we want Steel and Psychic coverage, or is there anything else we could do? Because it has got a pretty versatile move. I mean, we definitely want Steel for the Credilli, for the Mamoswine, for the Kyurem. But Psychic is just neutral on Arcanine and Suicune and Raichu. I mean, we could go maybe Thunder Punch, which is better against Suicune and Celesteela, but not so good against Arcanine. I don't think there's anything else that we could consider, I suppose.
Yeah. I guess the other question I have is, like, if we do commit to this, like, Arcanine could just switch in and out easily to intimidate us to negate our damage output, so we have to be pretty careful about that as well.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, I think that's one of the reasons why I advocated for Special last time, just because it's like, oh, at least Arcanine doesn't threaten us as much, but I do like the Happy, or the Z move idea here. It's just Arcanine can shut us down a little bit more.
Well, we could still be special. We could still have the Z Happy Hour with Flash Cannon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like, Flash Cannon Thunderbolt could be interesting.
Yeah.
Because then we'd still have the same damage output from last time, where it's like Thunderbolt 2-shots Suicune and Celesteela. Flash Cannon probably still knocks out Mamoswine and Kyurem.
Yes. And we can't be intimidated.
Yeah.
Or we can, but it doesn't affect our special attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, I suppose the only maybe downside is, well, there's a few downsides. I mean, Ironhead flinches is nice. Assault Vest Credilli would probably be able to take at least one, maybe two Flash Cannons. You never know.
Yep. But then at least this time around, we'd have the special defense boost too to deal with their Earth powers.
For their Earth powers, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can iron out that detail, but just thought we should think about that one.
Yeah.
And then Breloom and Volcarona, then I suppose, to go with the rest of the team. So the right hand side at the moment is very set up, and the left hand side is very support. So my inclination is to put Volcarona on the left hand side and put Breloom on the right hand side. But
yeah, I completely agree.
But is there any?
I mean, the one argument you can make is like, okay, since the left hand side is so set up, or right hand is so set up, like a Breloom being able to put something to sleep would allow the right setuppers to like set up even more.
Yeah, true. But it could help Volcarona set up. It could help us get a free switch into something. It could help us get a Tailwind up or something.
Right. Yeah, I'm more inclined to go with what you said originally, like Breloom on the Azumarill slide.
I suppose if we did have Wide Guard on Aerodactyl, we would want that to support the Volcarona, I suppose, as well. Yeah. But, I mean, if we swap these around, then, like... I mean, we've done it before, with one side being so set up and the other side being so support. I mean, it has worked for us in the past as well, but...
Right.
But, would it be best here? I suppose is the question. I guess... I guess if Breloom is out, we would want it to be partnered with something that can take care of Arcanine. And the only thing on the opposite side that can take care of Arcanine is Azumarill. And if they switched in the Credilli, I don't know. I mean, I suppose the same can be said for the other side if we flipped it. Aerodactyl's the only thing that can hit it the other side as well. But at least Aerodactyl can Skydrop. Well, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work like that. We don't actually know how the mechanics work.
Yeah, something we'll check probably afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really curious. I want to know now.
I'm wondering if it's like something you can quickly Google or just look up, but I feel like there's not much information on it out there.
Yeah, it'd take too much time to faff around in this.
Yeah.
Well, I think taking a step back, I'm happy with these 6 that we've picked.
Yep, me too. It's just if like I actually forgot like Credilli was like it redirects it over, so like we have to play super careful around that. But
yeah,
other than that, I don't know. Like they don't have something that directly threatens Raichu Azumarill as a lead, because like they can't one-shot the Azumarill really with anything unless they have like a poison type attack. But I don't see what could like super effective poison Z move one-shot us.
Yeah, yeah. What poison Z move from who?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Uh,
I mean, Tectonic
and
Rage would do a lot of damage, I suppose.
yes, that's the one thing I was thinking of as well.
Yeah. So, I mean,
But
worst case scenario, then, they lead Mamoswine and Credilli, which they're not going to do.
yeah.
So, let's say if they lead Raichu and Mamoswine, then, which I'm sort of expecting they're going to.
Yes.
What do we do?
I mean, fake out Mamoswine. They'd probably fake out the Azumarill, so we trade fake outs turn 1.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, what do you think they'd risk the speed tie? Like, what if they fake out our Raichu and Tectonic Rage our Azumarill? That would be bad.
That just seems so risky though, right? Because it's like if they lose the speed tie, we just fake out Mamoswine and we threaten with Belly Drum.
Yeah, but they're like, quotes, the underdogs. They're maybe more inclined to make risky plays.
Right.
I don't know about turn 1 of the game though, so maybe not.
Yeah, that just seems like way too much to risk on. I don't know. Could we put something so that like Aqua Jet plus an attack from Raichu knocks out the Mamoswine? I'm not sure there's
Well, Raichu
like
just
can
get Grass
Raichu
Knot,
basically
doesn't
do enough where Aqua Jet plus Raichu's attack can knock out Mamoswine?
it? Yeah, I would imagine an Aqua Jet and Grass Knot would knock it out.
Okay.
Possibly.
I'm also thinking we might want Protect on this Raichu.
Yeah, I think Raichu's important. I mean, there's a lot of moves that Raichu always wants. I mean, we definitely want Fake Out, definitely want Thunderbolt.
Yep.
I
Like
don't know.
Protect Grass Knot seems like maybe could work.
Yeah. I mean, what would you miss? I mean, Encore is always nice. But there's not really any other moves that we would potentially miss.
Yeah, like the annoying thing about Encore is just like you always want it to be safe, but it ends up like your opponent's always gonna play around it.
Yeah.
But then like I would hate to be in the position where it's like, oh man, like they didn't expect Encore, we could have just Encored them.
Yeah,
but,
if we had Encore here, we would have won the game, sort of thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I don't know. I'm thinking like if we do trade fake outs, then turn 2, just like Grass Knot Aqua Jet into the Mamoswine.
Grass Knot from 252 Timid Raichu on No Bulk Mamoswine is actually a 6% chance to one shot. It's a lot of damage.
Oh wow, I forgot it was super effective. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's a ground type.
Right.
Yeah, so maximum 100.8% max damage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the Grass Knot Aqua Jet idea then.
Yeah.
The only downside is if they're scarfed and they switch into Celesteela.
Yes. Yeah, that would not be good.
But I suppose even if they did that, the one concern would be then, like, oh no, now we're staring down a Celesteela without our Raichu.
And the only thing that we would then have is our Volcarona, I suppose.
Yeah, which is on not the Raichu side.
Yeah,
which is...
on the other side.
So maybe we do want Volcarona though.
Yeah, maybe we do. I mean, this is the way my instinct, or both of our instincts, originally told us to go. So
right.
Maybe this is the way.
Yeah, that way I don't know, it covers for a Scarf Mamoswine option and gives us a switch into Celesteela as well.
I'm sure Celesteela must learn Rock Slide.
I think it does.
Yeah.
I want to say like definitely, but
yeah,
I'm not
pretty sure it does. Maybe even Stone Edge as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll check it, but I'm sure it does. It gets Smackdown, gets Stone Edge, and it gets Rock Slide. Yeah. Actually quite a versatile Pokemon.
It is, yeah. Like everyone just expects it to do one thing in VGC, but like it's a lot more moves than people remember it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like it would be so tempting to just Quiver Dance there, but I'm sure they'll take on like a rock move on their Celesteela too.
Right.
So I mean, if we're not gonna go with Zed Volcarona here, so we could go with a Chalky Berry or maybe a Lumberry if we really were scared of their Nuzzle.
I like the Chardy idea here, I think.
Yeah, I do too. Just because it does give us some insurance on their Mamoswine.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas like Lum, Like, they're definitely going to, I think, have Rock Slide on something. If
Yeah.
Mamoswine, obviously. Whereas, like, Lum would basically be for Nuzzle from Raichu specifically.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess Pasho you could use for Suicune, but I'm not as worried about that.
Yeah. I mean, if we get a Quiver up, we did survive a Hydro Vortex last time.
Yeah. Although last time I think it wasn't a Hydro Pump Hydro Vortex. It was a
Yeah, it's from Surf.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Charty Berry idea. Quiver Dance though, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, any other combination, we can Fake Out and Belly Drum, really, can't we?
Yep.
I mean, does Kyurem get anything that can touch Azumarill?
I don't know about that one. I mean, like, Suicune could Toxic or Roar it. Arcanine could Roar.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
But
True.
if we do see those, I think we should play assuming they do have it. Because, like, otherwise, why would they lead something into Azumarill like that?
Well, just, they might even not even think that we're going to bring Azumarill.
Right. That's a good point.
Really. I mean, they might just expect our Aerodactyl lead, like we've led, almost mindlessly against every other opponent.
Right.
I don't know, really.
I'm like pretty content with the 6 we have, and I think like we have an idea more or less on the moves we want to use, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's just like what we want to lead with specifically, and like what should be on what side specifically as well.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I'm happy with the sides that they're on now, but I mean, obviously we can think about it in a bit more depth in the coming days before the battle. But Zed, Gigavolt, Thingy, Raichu, Belly Drum, Azumarill, Mega Aerodactyl with Rock Slide, Sky Drop, Wide Guard, Tailwind, maybe Protect.
Yeah, if there's one thing I'd put Protect probably over Wide Guard, just because I guess like the spread help is useful, but that's pretty much for Mamoswine.
Yeah, literally only the Mamoswine.
Yeah.
Maybe like Snarls from the Suicune and Arcanine, perhaps, but maybe Wide Guard is not, especially because it's on the opposite side of Volcarona. Maybe Wide Guard is not necessary here.
Right.
So, yeah, I think Protect is quite nice on that. Jirachi Zed thing with Flash Cannon and Thunderbolt, we're thinking.
I like that just because it gives us another out against Celesteela on the right side. So now we have Raichu, Volcarona, both do a lot. Azumarill, if it belly drums, that as well, and then Jirachi 2-shots it with Thunderbolt.
Oh, that is true, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we did lead with Raichu and Azumarill, then if they did have like a Scarf or something, if they knock out, it's the other side, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that works. I mean, last game we only really used Thunderbolt and Flash Cannon, I think, with Jirachi, didn't we?
Yep.
In fact, I can't even remember if we even used Flash Cannon. I think we might have done.
No, I think we just Thunderbolted.
Yeah. So, yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, if they're the only moves we need. Breloom, same as usual. I suppose later on we can decide if we want to go Jolly or Adamant. But I would probably be more inclined to go Jolly with this one. And Volcarona Quiver Dance with Charty Berry, I'm guessing, for Rock Slides on Mamoswine. I mean, we're assuming Rock Slide. Like, Stone Edge, if we're not, like, bulky, a Stone Edge will just knock us out through the Charty Berry as well. So, I guess that is to be calculated. And any random rock moves on their Celesteela as well. So, I mean, these 6, I think we are happy with. We do definitely have to watch out for this Credilli, but I suppose in a way because we do have to watch out for the Credilli and because they are in a way forced to switch it in for the Storm Drain, it does make their moves potentially a little bit predictable as well. So we can maybe use that to our advantage as well. So I'm not overly scared about it, but we will have to be careful. I mean, we haven't really said a word about Comfey down here. That is their only Trick Room option, but I can't see them doing that. Buzzwole, don't think we're they're gonna bring, just because it really did nothing last game, and we've got a lot of things that can hit it super effectively. Drapion, like I said at the beginning, it has got a decent matchup against our Pokemon, and if they led with Drapion, and we led with Azumarill, that would not be good.
Right, that could be kind of scary.
Yeah, like what if they led Raichu and Drapion? Does Drapion get... I'm going to ask Cybertron if Drapion gets Stealth Rocks. Do you think he's going to know the answer?
I definitely do not know the answer. I want to say no, though, because otherwise I feel like you hear about it more. It just has like a Stealth Rock user even in singles, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it gets... Does it get normal spikes? I don't know. It gets toxic spikes. Let's have a look.
I don't think it gets... I think it just gets toxic spikes, but I'm not sure. That's something we can check.
I can't see. I'm on Cerebi. I'm searching for Stealth Rocks. And I can't see any.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Yeah, no Stealth Rocks. And... Does it get spikes? Toxic spikes... No, no other spikes. So Toxic Spikes is the only thing there. Yeah, I don't know. Because we kind of did completely disregard the Drapion, that is where the Poison Z move could come from.
That is true, yeah.
I mean, the Jamies were expecting them to lead with Drapion for their Mr. Mime with the Z move, which you didn't actually have, but... Yeah,
I think, like, maybe we want to do it based off Team Preview then, where it's like if they don't bring Drapion at all...
Oh, I think they definitely bring it to Team Preview. They have to have that mind game.
Yeah, well, I guess it's like what side it's on as well. Like, if it's next to Raichu, then we actually might have to rethink about what we lead with. But if not, I don't know. I'm thinking, like, Jirachi Raichu otherwise, if they lead Drapion, because, like, they can't knock off us. Like, we get the boost before they even get the knockoff. I mean, they can knock off us, but the damage is reduced. And we could get the boost in front of them as well.
I mean, I suppose before we sort of guess if they're going to lead with it, we really should think about how likely is they going to bring it.
Right.
And I don't know, we did sort of put it to a side for a reason. Do you think they'll bring it? I don't know. It is a dark type. It does actually, like you said, it has got a decent coverage against our team. Like poison, dark hits the whole right-hand side.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be, like, shocked if they did bring it, but I'm not confident to say they will bring it either.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we always, like, get super scared over one thing, they don't end up bringing it, and then, like, so I honestly have no idea. But I'm not sure. I feel like, yeah, I guess that's another argument for Nidoqueen now, even though we're, like, an hour in, just for Drapion, but I don't know. It's, like, solid, but... It just, like, doesn't do very much against Aerodactyl. I suppose it does a lot against other Pokemon, so maybe they do bring it then.
Well, if we led with Raichu and Azumarill, we could switch the Azumarill into Jirachi straight away.
Yeah.
I mean, a knockoff into that slot is sort of a very easy play for them because it assuming Drapion is faster, it knocks off our Citrus Berry before we Belgium. If they, if worst case scenario from their perspective we stay in with Azumarill. But I don't know, like, would we get anything from that? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if we lead with Raichu, like, if they don't have their Raichu, then we would just fake out turn one, trade fake outs, and then now Jirachi could set up with the Z move, their knockoff would do less, and we still threaten their Drapion with our own Z Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certain they will lead with their Raichu, though.
Yeah. But, I mean, point being, what is their Raichu going to do against ours turn two?
Psychic and critical hits.
That's literally the one thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I'm at the point where I'm, like, pretty content with what we've had, but I'll still, like, think about it, I think, a little bit more afterward.
All right, then. So we've been talking about this for a while. So how long have we been going? Yeah, almost 55 minutes now. So Team Builder is right here. You're watching it. Thank you very much. The battle is going to be on Cybertron's channel tomorrow, and I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I'm looking forward to this. So it'd be really super nice to get into the final. In both of the MBL seasons.
Yep. We're here to win it all after losing last year. Like, we got second, final, but we want to show we're the best.
So,
but yeah, this is gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, it'll be tough. It's definitely doable. but it's going to be exciting, isn't it? So I think we should finish here. I'm sort of drawing this out and waiting to finish on like 55 minutes exactly. So thank you very much.
Okay.
Goodbye for now.
Thank you guys for watching.